going to check out Sophie Cunningham. A lot of content has rolled out involving her arrival to the Indiana Fever and to the facility today, including a little snippet where she's looking at her locker, looking at her uniform. We're going to check this out.
Get ready, because the WNBA just got a whole lot more fiery. Sophie Cunningham has landed in Indiana, and it feels less like a player joining a new team and more like a spark hitting dry tinder. Her arrival isn't just a roster change, it's a statement. Forget polite introductions and team spirit cliches. Cunningham's entry into the Fever universe is already hinting at a seismic shift. Is she here to be Caitlin Clark's ultimate protector? Or is there a clash of personalities brewing that no one saw coming? Buckle up, because this is about to be way more than just basketball.
I know a lot of folks were excited to see Sophie Cunningham introduced by the Indiana Fever. Well, it finally happened. And let's just say Sophie is just as excited as the fans are, it seems. She's pretty pumped about joining the Indiana Fever. Who wouldn't be, of course? I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, duh. You get to go to the Fever show. You get your games broadcast everywhere, sold out, play with Caitlin Clark, chance to win a championship, shown love all over the place. It's a pretty good situation.
Sophie Cunningham stepping onto that Indiana practice court for the first time. It wasn't just another training session, it was a declaration. This isn't some rookie dipping their toes in the water. This is a seasoned player, a battle-hardened guard, landing in a new environment and immediately radiating intensity. You can see it in the clips. The focus, the drive, the sheer determination etched on her face. After years in Phoenix, she's not just adapting to new teammates. She's injecting a jolt of raw energy into the entire Indiana Fever setup. Think about what they're getting. Resilience forged in the Mercury's competitive fires, a shooting precision honed under pressure, and a competitive spirit that's practically legendary. This isn't just about filling a position on the roster, it's about fundamentally changing the team's DNA. And the fans? They're not just curious, they're electrified. They're seeing the dawn of a new era, one where grit and talent collide, and frankly, it's about time.
I'm just excited, but to be honest, I think when you have a group that can let go of the egos and you're really just here to win and work hard, I think that's the best type of group, and you're all willing to do the dirty work, and I think that's what I'm most excited about. That's my bread and butter right there, is outwork your opponents and have fun doing it.
But let's be real, Indiana hasn't exactly been a WNBA powerhouse lately. Under construction might be an understatement. They've been searching, grasping for an identity, for consistency, for that spark to ignite a real turnaround. Enter Caitlin Clark, the generational talent, the lightning rod of excitement, and now enter Sophie Cunningham. This isn't just about adding star power, it's about building a foundation. Clark's offensive brilliance needs a supporting structure, a team around her that's not just talented but tough, resilient, and frankly, a little bit intimidating. Cunningham isn't just a scorer, she's a culture shifter. She's the kind of player who walks into a room and raises the intensity level just by being there, and that's precisely what Indiana needs. They need to shed the skin of past struggles and step into a new reality, one where they're not just participants, but contenders. And Cunningham, she's not here to participate, she's here to contend.
Is entering the locker room, and just a forewarning, this is not a lot of basketball talk video. This is just a lot of fun, Sophie Cunningham has arrived team talk. And if you listen closely, you do hear the voice of none other than Caitlin Clark laughing in the background.
Oh gosh, this is the first time I've seen my jersey. Oh, I love this. It's like I'm a rookie all over again.
Now, if you followed Sophie Cunningham's career, you know one thing for sure. She's a competitor in her purest form. Think about those clutch shots she sunk, the way she gets under opponents' skin with that relentless in-your-face style. It's not just about skill, it's about will. She thrives in those high-pressure moments, the ones where lesser players crumble. And that confidence, it's infectious. It bleeds into the team, it electrifies the crowd, it unnerves the opposition. Indiana fans are hungry for that. They're tired of almost and maybes. They want someone who doesn't just talk the talk, but walks the walk. Someone who demands victory, not just hopes for it. And Cunningham, she's got that swagger, that unwavering belief in herself, and now she's bringing it to Indiana. This isn't just a player transfer, it's a transfer of mentality, and that, in the WNBA, can be a game changer.
What have been some of maybe your initial conversations with the coaching staff as they maybe discuss what this season could be like both for the team and for you?
Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of Stephanie White, and I'm not kidding. We, in college, we played, she coached against me and whatnot, and so we've known each other for quite a long time, and since I've been in the league, I was like, hey, when are you gonna coach me? You know, like it was always just kind of a running joke, and it's been one for the past like 3 or 4 years, and so to finally all kind of come together just at the right time, I'm stoked. I think she's a heck of a coach. I love her offense. I love her approach to games and her approach to her players and the relationship she has with.
But it's not just about on-court fireworks. Think about the locker room. That's where battles are won and lost before the tip-off even happens. And Sophie Cunningham? She's not just a player, she's a presence. She's known for speaking her mind, for that raw, unfiltered honesty. She's confident, sometimes bordering on audacious, and she's absolutely unafraid to do the dirty work, the thankless tasks that don't show up in the box score but are crucial to winning. She's the kind of teammate who holds people accountable, who pushes you harder than you'd push yourself. For a young team like the Fever, still finding its footing, that kind of leadership, that kind of internal drive is invaluable. It's about building a culture of excellence, not just talent. And Cunningham's personality, that vibrant, high-energy force, it's exactly the kind of catalyst a locker room needs to go from good to great. She's not just joining the team, she's injecting a dose of pure, unadulterated intensity right into its heart.
Yeah, you guys will learn that if I'm not in the gym, I'm normally by the pool. And so I was actually poolside when I found out. And, you know, there's a lot of emotions just because I have been out there for so long. But to be honest, my original thought was like, oh, heck yeah. Like, we're about to go win a championship. Like, that's exactly where my mind went. And like I said, it's all about the people. It's about the culture. I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to, you know, seriously go win a championship.
And let's talk about Caitlin Clark for a second. The WNBA rookie sensation, the player everyone's watching, the target on every defender's back. From day one, it's been clear. Teams are coming for her. The physicality, the aggressive defense, sometimes bordering on, well, let's just say extra competitive. Clark's facing a level of intensity that's even beyond what most rookies experience. And that's where Sophie Cunningham's arrival becomes less of a luxury and more of a necessity. Indiana doesn't just need another scorer, they need a shield, they need an enforcer, someone who will stand up not just for Clark but for the entire team, someone who will send a clear message, mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And Cunningham? She's not just tough, she's fiercely protective. And here's the kicker, she's publicly praised Clark, expressed genuine admiration for her game. This isn't just about professional courtesy, it's about a real connection, a mutual respect, which means Cunningham's motivation to protect Clark isn't just business, it's personal. And in the heat of WNBA battles, that kind of personal investment, that's the kind of thing that changes games.
Jersey. Oh, I love this. Like I'm a rookie all over again. Nervous. Oh.
That's great. That's great. Like she's a rookie all over again. I heard Cece laughing at the end, so I guess Caitlin Clark's in the room.
But hold up, it's not just about Sophie Cunningham riding in like a basketball knight in shining armor to protect Caitlin Clark. Clark herself? She's not standing still. She's not waiting for someone else to fight her battles. Look at the off-season transformation. She's visibly bulked up. This isn't just about aesthetics, it's about survival in the WNBA trenches. She's preparing for war. She understands the physicality, the relentless pressure, and she's meeting it head on. It's a statement in itself. I'm not just a shooter, I'm a competitor. This added muscle isn't just about absorbing contact, it's about dishing it out. It's about finishing through fouls, extending her range even further, enduring the grueling WNBA schedule. Opponents who thought they could bully a rookie? They're in for a rude awakening. Clark's not just relying on finesse anymore, she's adding force to her arsenal. She's sending a message of her own. Push me around at your own risk. And that kind of grit, that kind of proactive toughness, that's exactly what makes a star player become a legend.
you just love to see it. You love to see like support for greatness, the inclusion. You know, she never, even when she wasn't on Caitlin's team, she was always a very vocal supporter, and she was not kidding about being a feisty player. She was one of the players in the top 10 of the last season in the WNBA with the most technical fouls, of which a lot of the Mercury players were.
And the Fever's makeover doesn't stop with Cunningham and Clark's physical transformation. They're not just adding individual talent, they're building a team. Think about DeWanna Bonner. This isn't just another player, this is a champion. Multiple all-star selections, deep playoff runs, veteran leadership dripping from every move. Bonner brings length, versatility, and a composure forged in the highest pressure cooker situations. For a young team like Indiana still finding its way, Bonner is a compass, a steady hand in the storm. She's not just going to score points, she's going to teach them how to win. She's going to show them what championship-level basketball looks like, feels like, demands. Having someone with her pedigree on the floor in the locker room, it's not just an upgrade, it's a mentorship program on steroids. Bonner's presence elevates everyone around her, instilling a confidence that goes beyond talent, a belief rooted in experience and knowing what it takes to climb to the top.
Players in your base, and the Fever have, I mean, I think their real formula scoring is Clark and Mitchell. And then you have Boston, who's just such an intelligent basketball player playing within that. And then you have on top of that the role players. And Howard can get down the floor, catch and finish, score in a myriad of ways. Bonner is going to get in where she fits in because she's done everything and seen it all. Cunningham is just natural to play off that because she can catch and shoot the basket.
Great to be here with you guys today. DeWanna Bonner had her introductory press conference today, but do you know what she did before that? Do you know what
And then there's Sydney Colson. Maybe not a name that jumps off the stat sheet, but in the WNBA world, she's legendary. A locker room glue, a fan favorite, a leader whose impact goes far beyond points and rebounds. Colson's magic isn't in flashy plays, it's in team chemistry. She's the one who keeps the atmosphere positive, who diffuses tension, who ensures accountability without crushing spirits. For a team trying to gel, trying to build cohesion, Colson is pure gold. She's the oil that smooths the gears, the spark that ignites team unity. She understands that basketball is more than just individual brilliance. It's about collective purpose, about playing for each other, about building something bigger than themselves. Colson's presence isn't about numbers. It's about nurturing a winning environment, fostering growth, and forging bonds that hold strong even when the pressure cranks up.
Caitlin Clark in college was not the strongest player in the world. Like, she was somebody that wasn't weak by any means, but we saw when it came to the WNBA that she wasn't able to really assert herself physically. And in fairness, her first game matchup was a tough one because her first matchup was against Dijonais. So Sydney Colson is obviously a player for the Indiana Fever. Someone signed to be Caitlin Clark's backup, and she is I think she's going to be a solid player. Genuinely.
So as the 2025 WNBA season looms, yeah, all eyes are glued to Caitlin Clark the Phenom, but don't sleep on Sophie Cunningham. She might just be the silent assassin, the gritty engine driving this Fever team forward. She's not just joining a team, she's injecting a dose of pure, unadulterated fire. Think about it, experience, energy, leadership, a three-point sniper, a relentless defender. This isn't just a supporting player, this is a catalyst. Last season wasn't just good for Cunningham, it was a breakout year, career highs in scoring and efficiency. She's not just consistent, she's ascending, and that's exactly what Indiana needs. They need players who are hungry, who are driven, who are ready to explode onto the scene and drag the team with them. Cunningham isn't just arriving in Indiana, she's arriving with a point to prove, with a fire in her belly, and with the potential to be the most crucial piece in the Fever's quest for something truly special. This isn't just a new season, it's a new chapter, and Sophie Cunningham is writing herself right into the heart of it.